Hello and welcome to Silent Podcast, the place where everything but silent. I am your host, as usual, Isaiah, here to talk about Big Brother 23, everything, episode, live feeds, and all the other fun stuff. We are here to talk about everything that's happened since we last streamed, which is now the post-veto ceremony. Very excited to be podcasting, like usual, with my co-host, Sarah. Sarah, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
Great. This has just been I think a very niche, chill week in the Big Brother universe. I do think that we're seeing a lot of setup and build up for like a lot of future events, but as of right now, it's chill. This is a very easy Brent week. I don't think a lot of people are really like scrambling, so I think it's not going to be too long of a stream, but we have plenty to talk about.
Yeah, and also I've seen on these Twitter streets that people are saying that the season is becoming boring. I just don't think that's true. I think it's just like when you're comparing this week to like the crazy weeks we started with, and I think we're guaranteed to have a lot of drama going forward from here. So I don't know why people are already trying to knock the season down.
Yeah, I agree. I think some people are jumping the gun like it's only week 3. Week 3 isn't even finished all the way. There's plenty of game to be played, plenty of people to be eliminated. Just chill. Just wait a little bit.
I know. And a slow week for a blind side? Like I really do you think someone's gonna slip up on the blind side?
No, I'm actually I'm projecting a Rachel Swindler from Big Brother 20 type blindside right now. I really don't think that anyone has any intention on telling Brent unless they feel bad, like Derek Frazier or something tells them. Like I don't see him really being let known until like the last second, if anything. But I think we could be in for a very dramatic blindside, and it should be fun.
I'm very excited.
But so within the game last time we spoke, we saw that it was Brittany and Brent ultimately nominated, and at the time it was being pitched to Brent that he was just a pawn, that Brittany's the ultimate goal, and we saw on yesterday's episode that the house meeting was actually projecting that Brittany was the actual target, where in reality every single person in the house knew that Brent was a goner. Now I do feel bad for the guy because it seems like every single person in the house is in on this, and it's going to be like a unanimous vote, and it's like, dang, like, do you guys really have to like lie to him at this point? Like, I would feel like I would hate my cast after that. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know.
Yeah, especially when you go and watch the episode back. It's not putting Brent in a very good light.
I saw a tweet today, actually. I'm not sure if it was real or not, but it was CBS like tweeting like, "Oh, what does Brent think now?" or something like.
Brent, it was really real. It was real. I saw it. It was in response to like BB updates.
It's like, imagine this channel like recruiting you, or not even recruiting, but like casting you for the show, and then just make you a complete clown. Like, I feel so bad for the guy, but it is what it is. I think we're seeing a lot of inner group turmoil, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that the farther we get into. But as far as Brent, he thinks that he's staying. He thinks that he's like completely one-upping Xavier. He's ready to make Xavier look dumb and then come after him next week. There's no way he's staying. But it should be fun. So other than that, we're seeing, we spoke about this a little bit previously, that Azza and Tiffany, specifically, they're kind of like, I wouldn't say they're beefing. I think that we're starting to see them like kind of like smooth things out, specifically as of today. But beforehand, over the past couple of days, we've been seeing people like Azza and Derek Frazier specifically speak about how they feel like they're at the bottom of the cookout, that they don't respect the way they're getting to know about like Tiffany and Hannah and Kylan and stuff like that. It's starting to feel like Azza, despite not having the best of feelings towards Tiffany, she really feels some type of way towards Kylan, and she thinks that Kylan is really the one pulling the strings behind Xavier's HOH and everything. So it's very interesting. Well, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it just comes to a place of betrayal, if anything, because I think Azza was playing the game pretty safely. She was kind of staying in the background. I think she felt very comfortable in her position in the house, and I think all of a sudden, I think especially from the wild card comp with Brittany going out so early, I think she just all of a sudden had like a realization, like, I am not in the power alliance right now. Like, I am not calling the shots in this game. And I think that that's just like a hard thing to face. And I don't think she's handling it very well. Like, why not embrace that role of being a vote for people? Why not embrace that role of acting like people are manipulating you instead of just like popping off and causing enemies with people that have the power to get you out?
And honestly, specifically in this house where everyone's promising it's going to be unanimous, plenty of people are telling you like you're safe. And I think she knows for a fact that she's safe. So it's like, honestly, I would be taking this opportunity to try to be like a Johnny Mac or something and like look good. But like when it's my turn to be in power, you can flip the script. You don't owe anybody anything. But you know, Brittany and Oz are taking this very hard, telling everyone how irritated they are. I really don't think Ozza should be as emotional as she is in this situation. Like, I get it, but it's like Brittany's not going to do the same for you. So it's like, you know, it's a little questionable with why she's doing what she's doing. But, you know, what can you do?
Yeah. I think this is a hard season for Ozza to be on, to be honest, because I think she is an emotional player, and I think she is arguably like too good of a person for Big Brother, and to be put on a season that's full of a lot of game bots and people that are playing pretty hard and cutthroat. I think it's going to be hard for her.
Yeah, she seems like a very just down to earth person. I think that she understands what she needs to do in the game, but like she's having a hard time like separating her human side from the game side. And you know, not everyone is built for that type of play. You know, that type of switch like a game bot. But you know, hopefully, if and when Brittany is gone, maybe we can see that change in her.
What do you mean if and when? You don't think Brittany's winning?
No, I don't know who's winning. This is such a back and forth season. It's like, I don't know. But there you go with those two. We're starting to see people actually look at Tiffany and Claire, and when I say people, I mean like Brent. I mean, who cares about Brent? But Brent, Derek Frazier, Derek X.
Kylan has made some comments.
Everyone is starting to understand the position that Tiffany's putting herself into. And it's because her and Claire are actually in a lot of alliances with these people. And I don't think that hurts them, because I think a lot of people are staying true to these to some degree. But we're starting to see people like Derek X specifically, and Kylan, like they're like, yeah, we can work with them, but from like a distance. Like we, you know, like they want Oz out at a certain point. Maybe we should keep her here, like, you know. So it's like we're seeing Kylan and Derek X, who were very tight at the beginning. They kind of strayed away for a little bit, but it seems like they're getting tight again. They're starting to realize Tiffany is a threat. And Tiffany, she's such a big personality. She has such a bright everything. So like she's the it moment. So it's very hard for her, I think, to tone that down. And I think that's been beneficial that no one has really been willing to challenge her, because she is in a lot of people's corner pocket right now. But it's like, I think I can easily see Tiffany being like a double eviction type target here or something. Like I'm a little scared. I'm sweating. Like, you know, I think Tiffany needs to win an HOH. Will that raise her bar of threat level? Yes, but I mean, she's already a threat. So it's like, why not just get that HOH and you can cut more deals with people, buy yourself a couple weeks of safety, you know? How do you feel about Tiffany and Claire?
Yeah, I don't know about Claire necessarily, but I'm just very worried for Tiffany. Like, she's just getting caught in a lot of lies, which is, I think, kind of sloppy for how solid she's been all season. Like, I know she lied to Kylan, and I'm assuming he clocked that because what was it? I think he asked him if like Sarah Beth or Claire had approached her with a deal or something, and she kind of lied about Sarah. I can't remember what happened with Sarah Beth. I feel like she lied about it with Sarah Beth though.
I think she just got caught like telling her the wrong information that she already knew about. It reminded me of the Davon move where she would like, oh, let me just see if she'll tell me the honest truth about something I already know. Like that, it was one of those things.
That Sarah Beth had told Kylan something, and then Tiffany opted to not say. And I think like little things like that, I think that moves you down the totem pole for people, because right now Kylan and Tiffany, I think, are a true final two. But is he going to be able to trust her as much when Sarah Beth has been nothing but 100% loyal and 100% transparent? But then Tiffany, if he's aware that she's playing with a lot of people like Claire and Derek X and Sarah Beth, and I feel like you start to have doubts about the legitimacy of your final two and your connection.
Yeah, I'm just
concerned.
like concerned for sure. I do think that there's some people who are interested in taking a shot at her earlier.
Yeah, and if you don't want to take a
yeah.
shot at Tiffany, who are you going to take a shot at? Claire.
There you go.
Which puts her, I think, in a very dangerous position as well.
That's what I've been saying, and I really do feel like at least sometime in the next 2 weeks that Claire and Tiffany really should want to or actively try to win that HOH. I think specifically Claire, but Tiffany as well. Like I think that it would be very beneficial for them to finally be able to make some moves, have an HOH room where you have uninterrupted conversations and all that fun stuff. Like they need it because you know. The benefits of HOH, you get to have that room. People really underestimate how much that room helps you. You don't have to be seen or caught sneaking around talking to people every 5 seconds, which Tiffany gets caught a lot actually. That's something I've noticed. Like I remember they were celebrating or something, and then I think it was Sarah Beth or like she walked in and was like, "Oh, what was that?" You like they're not hiding it that much anymore. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah, and I don't know, everyone's been talking about the Kings as being like the next big threat and the next potentially team that everyone's going to try to target, but I still think the Queens are the most solid team though. I think the three of them are so tight and such a big threat going forward that I don't think the Kings are the scariest team.
Well, the thing with that, I mean, I think people are doing simple math, and there's only like 4 people left who can actually do the wild card competition next week. So next week should be, I believe, is the last week for teams, and I feel like people are going to start clicking like, oh wait, no one else can do the wild card anymore. Maybe this is done, and like we're going to go into individual games soon. So I don't think the teams really like have as much weight unless you're like Alyssa or Christian. But you know, I think that it's going to be very interesting to see what the foundation of the house is looking like once the teams are all over and who's really down for their, like, you know, their people or not. Like, is Ozza really going to be this reactionary if Brittany goes up again if they're not on the team? I don't know. We'll see. But another thing I wanted to start moving on is the overall Xavier HOH run. I think no matter who won this HOH, it was going to be a bit shaky because I think everyone for the most part would have been down for Brent leaving. I think the confusion comes in as to who is going to sit up there, and I think a lot of people would have been okay with Whitney going up, and I do think Xavier made the right call not putting up Whitney. I just think that the cons with doing that does mean that some people are going to see like, oh, like, you know, why did he do that? Why did he put Brittany back up? You know, so I'm not going to say perfect HOH because there's going to be repercussions if like Brittany wins an HOH and she's going to be like, all right, I don't owe you anything, you know. But I do think that I will call his HOH successful because if it goes to plan, this will be the first time all season that it's unanimous vote. You know, I think a lot of people still do like Xavier and want to work with him. I don't think he's leaving here with many enemies other than like Brittany, because Brent's looking like he's leaving. And if he doesn't win next week, I don't think anyone really puts him on the block. So I'm really curious to see what dividends this is going to pay for future rounds, like later down the line. But for now, I think I'll call it a successful HOH. How about you?
Yeah, I would say this was an HOH that no one really wanted to win after, because Brent literally went the first round. So like if the whole house is targeting the same person, that person's out the first round, then why win the HOH? I personally think he didn't need to. If anything, he's already seen as kind of this powerful man. Like you can tell he just has a presence in a room, you know, so like why show that you can win comps?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he should have.
Like, oh my God. Christian as well, while we're talking about that, like this guy was doing push-ups and like backflips in the backyard the other day, like a bunch of times. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, do you want these
Crazy.
people to target? You know, like, I don't know.
This is an American Ninja Warrior, Christian.
Josh also said in the chat, I'm interested to see what the twist will be post team. Something with the secret nom would be spicy. I mean, classic Big Brother fashion. I think they're going to do a twist again. I don't know what. I hope the teams are over. But you know, it's Big Brother. Who knows?
The invisible HOH on BB Cam was kind of fun for people that don't know. No one knew who won HOH, so no one knew who nominated people. And I was actually thinking about this. I was like, being a house so full of duos, I think it would be fun to have an anonymous veto win, honestly, where you could take someone off the block and no one know who did it. I think that could be fun.
My only issue with this is like,
but then how do you nominate someone?
It's not even that. It's just like, is Big Brother just like turning to the recycle bin of international Big Brother? Like, are they just going to keep stealing things, or are they going to be original? Like I don't know. Is you as Big Brother really running out of ideas? Like,
well, if we are the superior Big Brother, then aren't we just using the other people as guinea pigs?
We're not.
Isn't that how a lot of shows work?
Superior. I think we're just the most popular, honestly. Like,
or BBUK is really popular too. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm not sure, but it's just like, I think we have the more iconic like figureheads in the Big Brother scene. But it's just like you'll hear people talk about Will and Dan and all of them like in other countries and stuff, but it's like still, it's just like, it feels like we're getting very lazy. Like even in recent history, let me say, yeah, I agree. Like, they are trash. Like I'll say,
you don't like a coup d'etat?
I mean, all right, but I'm saying like more so like I'm looking at like since Big Brother like 17, no, Big Brother 19 and up. Ever since they did Den of Temptation, it feels like they kept doing this thing where it's like Den of Temptation, BB App Store, stuff like that, and it got very lazy. And now it feels like I actually think Wildcard is just a recycle of what they did last year with the VIP access. And I personally, hot take, I actually like the Wildcard competition in the VIP. Like, I actually think this is a step in the right direction. If they're looking for like a format changer, because I do actually love it. I just hope that they don't go overboard and get too experimental. Do it for 4 weeks, cool. No more. We don't need any more of that. Like, I think it's cool. But it's just like I'm very curious, and I'm a little scared to what they're going to do. Like, I hope CBS sees the potential that this cast has, and they don't really need twists. I honestly think that the team's twist right now is hindering gameplay, where a lot of people can't target who they want to target because they're on these teams. Like, let them go run free. Like BB17, perfect example. We did the ranking thing. It was like in our top list or whatever. BB17, they try to do this Big Brother takeover twist, and then it went to crap, and then they canceled it. Like, nothing. Like, it just gone. Like, no one cares about Gronk's party, but like, we don't need this content on the TV. Like, you have this great cast right now, very strategic. They just want to play. Get rid of these twists. Like, you could throw something in later. Hopefully, it's not like the Big Brother hacker, because, like I said, another twist that ruins everything. Just like, let them play the game. That's
okay.
Like,
Anal Lice was iconic, though.
Was it like really? Like, I don't care. I don't know.
Okay, can I talk about the team twist though? I've been thinking about it a lot. So probably like 15 minutes of my life I spent thinking about it. And I have decided that I like the team twist because I think it gives more players an opportunity to get in the game faster, because I think there's a lot of personality types that maybe aren't going to be like as aggressive and not as comfortable like talking game or like making an alliance. And I think a lot of those people end up going, maybe they don't go early, but it become kind of backseat players and just kind of floaters. And I think this gives everyone an opportunity to really play game and feel comfortable talking game with people from the get-go. So I kind of like it for that aspect.
I'm not going to say I like it.
And you work with people you maybe wouldn't have worked with naturally.
I like it this season because I think the cast is I've never seen this many likable people on the cast before. Like, I love a lot of these people. And that's not a regular thing. Usually there's only a couple standouts, a bunch of boring people, and a bunch of people I hate. This cast has a mass majority of it is a very likable cast, and I think that we're going to have very fond memories of this cast later down the line. Like, I thought it was just kumbaya, but it's just like, no, these are just genuinely nice people, and I actually like this cast. This is reminder, this is the third time they've done this. They did it in Big Brother 11, snooze fest. They did it in Big Brother 17, horrible. I said 17, 18. Horrible. Team Twist was trash. We lost Jose because of it. Trash. And this is the third time. It just took them 3 times over I don't know how many years for them to get it right. And I think I've given it more credit to the cast than the actual producers. So yeah, it worked this time. Don't do it again for a while. Like we don't need that, Like even Big Brother Canada, they tried this Teen Twist. It was trash because they figured
so they cut it right away.
Cut it out. Like no one, Big Brother, you don't need teams for Big Brother. Just like don't do it. You got very lucky. Take the pat on the back and just walk away. Like you don't need to do it again.
What we do need though, Isaiah. I think it's been long enough. I think we do need another twin twist.
No, we don't. Like oh my god, I don't even want to talk about the Nolan twins, but what were they saying? They were saying
let's have boy twins. We've never had boy twins. How innovative, Isaiah!
I saw this tweet and they were like, the Nolan twins didn't even look the same too much. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Their noses are different and their body shapes were different. So like
they
clocked it very quickly.
On your left
they clocked
inside.
it. They really messed that up. Anyway, we're going off the topic. So lastly, what I wanted to talk about before we get to our tier list updates is that Alyssa and Christian, they are. I mean, Hannah and Derek Exer, there's showmates everything, and I think
but they're not touching tongues.
They're not, but I think the whole house is starting to like see this, but they're okay with it because they want to work with these two. Alyssa and Christian, though, they're getting caught kissing a lot, and there's no hiding it at this point. That being said, I think it can go one or two ways. I can see if Alyssa, because Alyssa right now is the person that a lot of people want out, but they want to work with Christian.
Flip flop though. It's kind of flip flop. Some people like Alyssa more. Some people like Christian more.
Exactly. And it's like people want to work with Christian. Well, some people want to work with Christian, but they're scared to take out Alyssa because if you take out Alyssa, then he's going to be pissed off at you and want to come after you. And then there's Alyssa where if you take out Christian, Alyssa could be a number for you, but she's not dumb. She actually has game smarts, and I think that she could be very dangerous with Christian going like and her staying as a solo player, and I think she could actually make a pretty deep run as a solo player. So it's very interesting. Like I feel like if you're going to nip the showmates, you need to just do back to back because like I really feel like you'd be making a huge mistake. Like you can either make Christian someone's Fessy and like someone could be like the JC or something and like completely weaponize them, or you can make Alyssa like the next I don't know who to compare it to, but she can be like a very vengeful person and manipulate her way to the end. I don't know. So what's your opinions on that show, Mans?
Yeah, I would say that they're honestly dead man walking because I think this house, like I said, is just full of so many game bots, and it seems like they already have the pre-jury picked out. Like everyone seems to be kind of on the same page, and it seems to be Whitney, Christian, and Alyssa from a lot of what is that? Are there 3 more in the pre-jury? There's 5, right?
Yes.
So I think that that's what a lot of, even if people are on the different pages for who goes first, I think everyone is kind of on the same page for who the pre-jury is, besides maybe a few like other speculatory things. So I don't think they have a lot of game left in them.
That's what I'm saying. If Alyssa, Christian, Brittany, I don't think Whitney would be. I'm not even going to say Whitney because I think she would go with the house. I think if Alyssa, Christian, or Brittany win HOH, we can be in for some interesting results. Now, I do think Christian and Alyssa would try to not step on too many toes and they would do something easy. But I really think Brittany specifically would be a very interesting HOH. I think Alyssa and Christian are planning on throwing the competition again. I don't know why, but yeah, Brittany right now, if people want a power shift, that's where you need to look at Brittany. Yeah, that's going on there. So with that being said, we could just update our tier list real quick. Here, let me
what if you're like what if Sarah Beth wins? Because then Christian and Alyssa would be safe.
I would like to see Sarah Beth win.
She would nominate. I'm sure she would nominate Whitney, but who else?
I think she would do with whatever Kylan wants to do. Mm-hmm. I think it's important.
Might be Derek X with Whitney. I don't know.
I think Kylan can convince her not to do that.
But who else?
I think if Sarah Beth doesn't really have a distinct target, but I think if she won it, I think that she would use the opportunity really to integrate herself into some alliances, and then based off of what those people want to do, she could use that as like a trust factor, and then like put up whoever the majority alliance wins.
Yeah. She's throwing it though. There's no way she wins.
Oh no way. I think the next competition is probably going to be endurance. I think it will be, because we've had 2 lucks, and then we've had a mental, so it has to be endurance.
Let's look at. Sorry, this is a little off topic. Well, on topic. Usually, I can predict who wins a endurance comp. I guess it depends on the endurance. If it's like a wall comp, I can usually predict who wins every time. Who do we think?
Let's see. Let's see. Historic. So, who won the wall comp?
Why do I weirdly think Brittany could win a wall comp? Is that crazy?
I'm trying to think. So, who won the wall comp last year?
Well, I don't think they. Oh, I don't know about. I'm thinking 21. I know in 21 they did like a weird rope thing. It wasn't like a usually. Wall comp. Or no, that's when freaking Jessica went off the wall. They did both. Never mind. They did both. I'm mixing it up.
I think a girl can probably win that.
I don't think any of these guys have the right body. I don't think a guy has a chance. I think they all have the wrong body type.
Unless someone really like comps it out. Xavier can't even compete. So I mean, maybe Derek could surprise us. I think a girl like Hannah. I think the Brittany, like one of the smaller people, can probably win. Like the tiny people, you know.
You wall comp win.
That would be interesting.
That would be fun.
But so let's start adjusting real quick.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So Tiffany, Tiffany is having like a shaky week. I think that she's still in a very dominant position, but I think that now people are starting to look at her, and she has some people who really kind of like are like rubbed the wrong way. But I don't think anyone's like actively targeting Tiffany right now. So I'm kind of willing to. I kind of want to drop her down the top of A. I don't think anyone in the house right now is playing an S tier game. But you know, she's still doing good. I just think that it's very shaky right now, and you know, she just needs to clean up and do damage control with like Azza and Derek F.
Yeah, because you know, okay, if you're in a house with all good players. Mm-hmm. Don't you think no one's playing an S tier? Like, or wouldn't you say maybe even like all these A's are all S tier, like on a normal season? Because I feel like usually S tiers are S tier because they stand out against the pack. But because we have so many good players, I just feel like
it depends on what your cast is, to be honest.
Yeah, because right now we say there's no S tier, but maybe in reality there's like no F tier. Like maybe everyone.
There could be. I think some of these people are S tier. I think for this week specifically, there's no.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying change it, but I'm just like saying as a whole.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone in A are great players.
Yeah, I think. Well, let's see. So Kylan. I mean, do you want to keep these 3 in A? Like, I think, we can go down the line real quick. Kylan is kind of in the same position that he was in beforehand. The only thing that's kind of changing is that Azza and Derek F are kind of pissed at him, but specifically Azza. She kind of blames him for she thinks that he's controlling Xavier's HOH. And with that, it's also kind of having Brittany, where if she won it, does she put up Kylan? I don't know. So I do think that he's still doing good. I don't think that he's playing a stellar job because now someone's targeting him. Like, there's some people who aren't getting targeted by anybody, where I do think he's getting targeted, but I still do think that he's doing a good job socially, and I think a lot of people still do want to work with him.
Do you want to put him bottom of A? Or do you want to talk about Sarah Beth and Xavier first, then think about it?
Yeah, let's finish. Let's do all 3 of them, and then we can figure out an order. Because Sarah Beth, I think that she's in the same spot that she was in beforehand. Which is kind of unfortunate, and I'm actually considering lowering her now because I'm see the thing with Sarah Beth, she's tight with the people who's tight with her, but she's not really branching outside of her connections right now. And I think I forget who was talking. I think it was Christian and Alyssa maybe. But they were saying people were trying to figure out who to put up, and they were going down the line, and there were a lot of people. They were like, I don't really have any like deals with like Sarah Beth. I'm not like against doing that. So I really think Sarah Beth would benefit from like an HOH or just a conversation with some of these people and like make some deals. But You
I
know,
don't
I
know.
don't
It's
know.
a fine line. It's a fine line because if Sarah Beth had great relationships with everyone, then all of a sudden she becomes a Tiffany where people start to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know? So like I think the fact is she has really strong relationships with the people she has strong relationships with, but
Like
I don't know.
I'm not.
I don't think she needs I feel like she's still playing a strong game. I don't think she's gone down at all personally.
I'll keep
For
her an
me.
A this week. Then I consider putting her top B, but if you think so, I'll keep her there. I do think though that like I think it's scary that there's a shot that she could go on the block next week as like that pawn person. If she's
Yeah.
not like she needs to be careful because she's like this close to being in like Brittany territory. I
Well,
guess is what I'm
who
saying.
honestly would get HOH and put her up, do you think? Because you mentioned Christian and Alyssa, but they're on her team, so they're not putting her up.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Whitney be like, I need someone to throw up there. Boom. I can
Whitney's
see
claimed that she's like pro women, but I don't know. There's not that many
I
men to choose
mean,
from though.
yeah, but like, who is she going to put up? Like, she cuddles with Kylan and Xavier every 5 seconds. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, she could put up Derek F. Maybe. We'll see. Um, yeah, I don't. I mean, I could also see like maybe Ozza. I don't know if Ozza really has any like true loyalties to Sarah at all. Like, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I just don't know.
And then you got Xavier, who honestly I kind of want to put him behind Tiffany because I think he is in a great spot going into next week. Like I said, other than Brittany, who that's one person. I think
Mm-hmm.
that everyone else is perfectly fine with him. Like I think Ozza was a tad bit annoyed, but she got over it very quickly because she likes Xavier. And she's more mad at Kylan than Xavier. So I do think I want to put Xavier next to Tiffany
Okay.
and then Kylan and then Sarah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even think Brittany would actually put Xavier up. Is that crazy to say that?
I don't know. I mean, if she needs an excuse and wants to be like, oh, I need to make a statement not to put me up ever again, I'm going to put the two strongest guys on the block. What if she does that? Like Brittany's unpredictable. I mean, she could be all talk, though. She could very be all talk, so I don't know. Is Sarah playing better than Kylan? Nah, he has too many allies. I'm leaving. I'm leaving alone. He's in the new alliances too. I'm leaving alone. All right, so we're going to this B tier.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually considering moving Derek X to A. Yeah, I think that he is picking up the game very quickly. I think a lot of people are working with him now. There was a very interesting conversation between him and Kylan today, where they were like, "Oh, like Ozza and Tiffany. Tiffany is worried about Ozza being better than a jury," and Derek was like, "All right, so we should definitely bring it to jury." Like, I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, you guys, I made a tweet. It got like a couple hundred likes. I'm like, "You guys talk this man too much," and I'm scared that he's going to turn to like Lisa Donahue, where like he picks up the game in the actual game and then like flips this and like makes it good. Like a lot of people want to work with this guy right now. There's only a few people like worried about him, but he can win comps. He's likable. He has a lot of allies. He's in a lot of alliances now. He has people actively vouching for him. He is in a really good spot. So I do think that he's an A tier player right now. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think he is playing much better. I think it's interesting. I guess I'm almost comparing him to like Sarah Beth in a weird way right now, where I feel like both of them are in a lot of the alliances, but who really puts him high on their list of people to save besides maybe Hannah right now? And I guess, I don't know. Also, I saw Josh commented and said that DX is the smartest player in the house, and I will say I think Sarah Beth is the smartest, I think.
I don't know. I definitely think Derek is like up there right now. Like I think that if
he can't close his mouth though.
Here's a difference.
He still can't close his mouth.
Here's a difference. If Sarah Beth pitches a plan and Derek X pitches a plan, I think people listen to Derek over Sarah. I think he has a lot more allies. He has a lot more compatibility. I think he has a lot more agency, and I think people actually like him a lot more than Sarah. Like I haven't seen, other than like the first few days, like people haven't really like, other than like what, like maybe like Alyssa or Christian, no one's really like throwing up like, oh, Derek X should go on the block versus like Like when I say Sarah Beth is this close to being like that, oh, like just make her a pawn type player. She's getting there, and it's like it's not on purpose. It's just that she isn't reaching outside of her deals, you know. So I'm just like, I don't know. I mean,
did you
look,
see Derek X? He was telling people that he threw the HOH. I think the Kings even.
How about
shouldn't
this?
have done that.
He's still learning. I didn't say.
I want to keep him top.
I was gonna put. All right, I'm moving Sarah down too.
No,
they should be interchangeable.
Sarah's above Derek X.
I disagree. I strongly disagree. They should be. Oh my God! Sounds being racist. I strongly disagree though. I really do think that they really are interchangeable. I definitely do think that. But you know what? I'll wait one more week. I'll comply. He can be there. I'm telling you, he's going to be A tier by next week if he doesn't get nominated. With that being said, sorry, there was like some spammer in the chat, and I had to time him out. First time I did that. All right. So Azza, and I hate to say this, is dropping to like D or F. D tier. I think she's dropping to D tier.
You're gonna drop her all the way to D?
Yeah, because right now there's a lot of people. I think she really ruined her spot. Like there's a lot of people who don't really want to bring her to jury because she's showing that she's an emotional player. Mm-hmm. There's people who are like, dang, like I like Azza, but like if Claire's here, are we taking Claire or Azza? They're like, we're going to take Claire. Like I think it was Kylan and Tiffany saying that.
I know.
Like Kylan's kind of jumping ship. Like Azza really for no reason did not need to like throw her entire game away for Brittany. Like the fact that she was willing to possibly go home for her is just a very bad move. And I don't know. I think that the emotions overtook the player. She's still talking about it to this day, and I think she rubbed so many people the wrong way. Her main allies, the Cookout, are kind of jumping ship. Like you're not going to go anywhere with Brittany and Derek F. I'm sorry. So I do think that she needs to be dropped down to D, but I'm willing to hear out what you think.
I don't know. It's just hard because I guess I'm trying to think of players in the past. Like we've had a lot of players in the past that have been emotional and tried to fight for their people, which like I don't blame her for trying to fight. She just did it in such a bad way, and she just won't give it up now. I like Derek X. I'll compliment Derek X now. He cut Travis. He cut the people that were pulling him down, but Oz is not doing the same. You know.
I'm just saying. I think that she deserves to be a D. I think that she could recover next week, but this week specifically, she threw a lot of capital away, and I'm very disappointed. So I'll put her up here for now, but dropped the ball big time.
Still a queen, just maybe not. And
now we have Claire. I think Claire stays where she's at, but I'm very worried for Claire. I think she needs to take a lot more initiative. Mm-hmm. Like she's letting Tiffany be like the shield, that's fine. But if Tiffany goes, I don't think anyone's going to really care where Claire is at. She needs to take more initiative. She needs to make more solo deals. She really could benefit. I've been saying this for a while. She can really benefit from an HOH. Like she can make a lot of one-on-one deals because she only has one real one-on-one deals. The other deals are like group oriented, but like I think she's at the bottom of a lot of those groups. So it's like she really needs to take initiative and talk to people and make people feel good to work with her long term.
100%. And she knows her name has been out there too. It's not like one of those things where she is playing in the background on purpose because she feels really safe, but she shouldn't feel that safe.
Like it's great that she's still getting, like she's in the majority of the alliances. That's the only reason I'm not dropping her out, because she's still getting invited. But
that's because of Tiffany.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Like she really needs to talk to more people, or she can easily be like an early jury boot. So more initiative. I can see her dropping a C next week if she doesn't turn things around. Maybe she just needs a kick in the butt. Like maybe she needs to be on the block for a week to figure that out. But all right. So next is Hannah. I think I want to move Hannah up.
Why?
I don't think she's playing bad. I think that she's finally getting invited to alliances. Is she in the main core of them? No, but she's in the royal thing. She's in that. They're not called the detectives, are they? No, you know what? That's Derek X. All
Are you
right,
thinking of
maybe
the mafia thing?
yeah. All right, like, throw that one. She's
You know
still
what I
safe.
think about Hannah? I think Hannah is very intelligent and very likable. I think people like talking to her and like hanging out with her, but I don't think she's really given me that much. Like, I love her as a person. Like, it's not like I don't like her. Like, I really like Hannah. I just don't know her potential as a player yet.
What's hurting her is that I think a lot of people are just threatened by her likability, and they just don't want to work with her like closely. I
And she
think
cannot hold her tongue that well. Also,
that,
like, I feel like
I mean, what's also hurting her are two major things. One, Brent keeps following her like a lost pup, so it's kind of like stopping her from being able to talk to anybody. Like, this guy is just like following her. It's very weird. But the other thing is definitely that now that people know that she has a crush on Derek and stuff, you're going to be seen as a showman. And if they're picking between the two, it seems like a lot of people are leaning towards Derek. So it's beneficial, but it's like she can use an HOH. Like, I think that if she won HOH, she can make some. There's a lot of people who can really benefit from HOHs, like her, Claire, Sarah. Are they going to go for it? I don't know, but they really should be like winning these things and like solidifying some deals. Because I think they need it.
Can I talk about the episode for a quick second also?
Yeah.
Derek X needs to get better in the diary room. I just feel like I'm really, because he's so charming on live feeds and such a charming guy, and yet in the diary room, to me, he's just very like white toast. Like, it's just like, especially like when Hannah and him were like talking about their crushes on each other. Like, Derek X likes Hannah. Like, he's obsessed with her. He's always like, "Where's Hannah now?"
Yeah.
He's just always looking for her. But like in the diary room, he was like, "Yeah, Hannah's cool. She's funny. We have the same type of humor." And it was just very weird, like comparing the two. I was very disappointed. I was like, express your love for Hannah right now. It's what I want as a viewer.
You got Josh. He says, "Do we think that she's playing a better game, or do we just like her more for shitting on Brent?" No biases around, but I do think she could do so much better. I need her to, like Claire, take initiative. Take initiative.
And I think it is on purpose. I think she's laying low on purpose as a strategy, which is a very good but not very entertaining strategy for the early game. So I think she can keep moving up, but I don't think she should be moved up yet, personally. Because I think I'm with Josh, where I don't think she's playing better or worse. I think she's just
staying stagnant. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a few more. We got the D-listers. Shouldn't be taking too long. Real quick, let's just knock this out. Like, come on. Brent's trash. So Christian.
I was thinking about Brent still, though. Is everyone in the house like really good actors, or does he just have like no social awareness?
I think he's just dumb. I think he's really just dumb.
Okay.
Like, could you not tell? Like, literally, Derek and Hannah were trying to pretend to sleep so he can go away. He just laid there. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. He's a bad player. But like, he literally spilled everything he knew about the game to Alyssa, and then 5 seconds she told Xavier everything. It's just like, I don't know what he's thinking. He's very full of himself. But Christian, I think he is in like a Fessy role right now. And when I say that, I think he's this athletic comp guy. I think a lot of people like him. The thing is, I think he's like a soldier, literally just waiting for instructions and direction. I remember they were having a meeting the other day. He was literally like the whole time was like, "All right, so who are we putting up if we win HOH? Who am I supposed to be voting at?" Like, he's honestly just like that guy every season that everyone wants to work with, because he's just like has no real game awareness, and
he's a puppy dog.
Yeah, like that's all he is. Like, he's a lost pup, honestly.
They're like, "Oh, Christian, can we like put you in cute little outfits and do your hair?" Oh, yeah. Christian. And it's Christian's like, just like following Alyssa like a little puppy dog.
Now, if he was alone, I would actually move him to C. I wouldn't make him any higher. I would make him C because I think people want to work with him, and I do think he'll be here till jury. but since he and Alyssa are being seen as Brent is sharp as a bingo ball. I'm dead. But since him and Alyssa are being shown as a showmance now, and everyone knows it, it's going to hurt them from raising anytime soon until that duo gets split up or until that duo gets into HOH and is successful. So I don't know. I don't see myself moving him anytime soon.
Do you think that Christian would win a veto and play it on Alyssa?
No. No,
that's the love story we want.
I don't think so. He's not Frenchie. He's not Frenchie. So next we got Brittany.
I think she should still be in D tier. I don't know if you want to move her down to F. I think she should still.
I'm trying to decide where in D. I'm going to keep her where she's at for now. I'm going to wait one more week because I think if she wins HOH, her position changes drastically. But
she's got confidence.
That's what I'm saying. But like, there's some people like Kylan now who are like trying to push for Brittany to go instead of Brent. Like she really rubs people the wrong way, and she's a little too much. She's too emotional, and she needs to shut her mouth sometimes because it's going to get her in trouble. I honestly. Brittany isn't going to go any higher unless she wins a competition and proves that she's a threat, because honestly they're about to force her into that Johnny Mac role right now that like you're just going on the block every week and we don't care. So like her and Azza like want to make so many demands, but it's like you're not winning anything, so you can't do anything about it. Like you can win a competition. She's a kung fu master, Sarah.
I know.
She's
and she keeps like, pawns go home, and it's like, and they're like, yeah.
So I'm gonna keep her there. Alyssa, I'm gonna keep her in D, but I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna keep her in D, but I'm gonna put her top of D. I
think Christian's better than Alyssa. Is that crazy?
No, that's fine. I think Alyssa as a solo player can be way higher potential wise, and I think Alyssa, if she won an HOH, could be a lot higher potential wise, because I do think that there are some people who want to work with her. But like I said, this showmance thing is just like really hurting both of them and their potential in the game. Like solo players, they would do a lot better, but since they're sucking face, it's going to hurt them, and I think they both know that. So hate to see it. Unless we got Whitney, I don't think Whitney's going anywhere. So she could stay.
I think
there.
Whitney's done a really great job this past week, though. I think give her kudos. I think she's done. I think it might be a little too much too late, but I think she is starting to establish herself in the house as someone that people kind of want to work with.
She would benefit from an HOH. I think she would benefit from an HOH. She just needs a.
Although she gets an HOH, I think she's gonna do what the house wants.
My thing is, if there's a first girl to get booted, I can see Whitney easily being that. Because a lot of the girls want to just send her out, where I think a lot of the guys want to keep her here. So it's really just dependent on how she operates. She really needs to talk to more girls, but she's not. So, flawed. And then Derek Frazier, I mean, like I said, he's staying enough. I think Banchman said it earlier. Let me see. Derek F tier. Yep, I agree. Yeah, he's starting to recover. I think Kylan's talking game with him now. Like he has a little inch to get to D tier. Like now that Frenchie's gone, but like from what I've seen, it's not looking too good. So he needs to wait a little bit. You give him a couple weeks. If he's still around and get some footing, we could see Derek F raise up a little bit. But for right now, he's not leaving out F tier anytime soon.
And back to the episode. Did you see how bad his diary room was as well?
Yeah,
it was so worse. Like, was it like 4 a.m. and he was just like reading a script? I was like,
really bad.
I was expecting him to be a huge social guy, so funny, so great in the diary room, gonna be like the next Brittany, and I even had faith he was gonna do well in comms, and then biggest disappointment for me.
Big disappointment. So maybe next week. But there you have it. Maybe in a couple of weeks. But there you have it. Yeah, no S tiers for the first time this season. I think it's going to be a while till we see an S tier again, like maybe Jury Face. But the power is very like spread out evenly. There's no one really playing a super dominant game. It's just a lot of webs being intertwined, and I think give it 3 weeks is going to get really ugly. Sometime within the next 3 weeks is going to get very, very ugly. But I'm here for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Sarah, is there anything else we want to talk about?
No.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Like usual, if you haven't already, please subscribe, follow, and all that fun stuff to our social media pages. There's our Twitter, there's our Twitch, there's our YouTube, and all that fun stuff. Follow all the Silent Podcast accounts. Every little bit helps, and we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight or watching it at a later date. Sarah, where can people find you?
This is my Twitter right here. That's all I got.
All right. And like usual, you can follow me at 8Ball Bangers if you want to see me spam tweet Big Brother like I always do, and post a bunch of pictures and memes. Or if you want to see me play video games or talk about other stuff, we have a lot of other podcasts on here. Sasha and Jason been killing it with that Survivor Africa coverage. We have the Anime Club, all this other fun stuff. So please check it out. But until Friday, yeah, we'll be back Friday after someone gets eliminated, and we'll be talking about who else is the new HOH, the wild card comp winner, and all that fun stuff. So we will see you guys then, and have a good one. Bye.